YouTube, what's going on? It's Matt. Uh, Back with another live stream. How y'all doing tonight? I feel like it hasn't been a while, but I feel like it's been a while. But it hasn't actually been a while. It's been like a couple days. So obviously, we want to keep up with the live streams 3 times a week. And like I said, I am thinking about converting these into. It's kind of windy outside tonight. It's crazy. But I am thinking about converting these over to um, videos instead of live streams, just to see, which video style performs better on the channel. Um, but yeah, everything is good. Tuesday, got off work, worked on some joints for my clients. I'm gonna get a workout in after this live stream, and it's not gonna be a long live stream, but so we're gonna get right into it. So tonight, I am bringing up one of the common themes that I've been talking about on this channel, and that's just fitness. If you overweight, how to get that weight down, or at least the things that work for me. Because keeping it a buck, I ain't your trainer, but like I said, I'm like a 5-time body transformation champion. Like I'll have a body transfer. I done had about 4, 5 body transformations over the course of my life. So, and now we almost, not even almost, we really at another one right now, because I'm almost down 40 pounds, and we got about 20 or 30 more to go. But the only difference is this time we're gonna keep it off. So we're gonna start from the beginning, which is really January of this year. Uh, Hopped on a scale, 240, and mind you, I'm not unnecessarily a overly tall guy. I'm 5'9". So, I guess for a man, that's average height. Some people would say short. Some people actually, every once in a while, somebody will tell me that I'm tall. I'll be like, oh shit. But started the year 240. Shout out to DJ 240 in Dallas. Started up the year 240, and size damn near 40 pants. Uh, Back was starting to hurt. Uh, was scared of the mirror for a while there. Haven't wanted to take a picture in about 20 months, and obviously now I'm showing my face again. So obviously I'm starting to feel confident or feel myself a little bit, whatever. And obviously last year coming off a family member passing, my mom, and everything of that nature. And man, I just know that I don't want to live my life like the average person. Shout out to whoever popped up in the room. But I don't really want to live my life as average as I felt I was starting to get into. So I know the first thing I could do to work on getting myself on track in life was to start exercising. So in January, just from the crib, I started doing home workouts, YouTube workouts. Uh, what's that dude name? Beast Bully. The dude, he got a whole bunch of viral videos of him doing crazy. I started. Well, he got a whole bunch of videos doing crazy stunts, crazy fitness stunts though. I'm gonna let them pass. But anywho, he got a whole bunch of videos of him doing crazy fitness stunts. But I started watching like a lot of his YouTube videos, and every day I would go to work. After I get off work, I would cut one of them joints on, and it would be just like body weight workouts that I could just do at the crib. So January, I started that. I ain't changed really my diet. I was definitely still door dashing Popeyes a little bit, you know. Still door dashing Nashville hot chicken. Was still you know, eating a little bit of pizza, you know. Still had a little alcohol in the refrigerator. And but obviously that was the first progression into me saying, all right, I'm gonna get my body back to where it was. Um, and did that for about a month and a half ish. Well, not even, yeah, about a month and a half ish, from about January to February, March, or no, middle of February. Then middle of February come, um, I hop on the scale. I am 235. So first step, after about a month and a half, lost 5 pounds. Boom. And this is the part where I guess a lot of times people get tripped up at, because obviously you start all of these little things. You say you like, oh, I'm gonna lose weight, or uh, I'm gonna do this, do that, and obviously the change be so slow that you be wanting to quit. But obviously, um, a lot of times I feel like people aren't recognizing that they're not actually putting in maximal effort. You know, I was taking action, but it wasn't like the action that was required to get the results. So what did I do? After about a month and a half and about being at 235, I got a new gym membership to another gym. And it's this gym called Amp in Dallas. Um, I don't got a lot of nice things to say about Amp per se, but I joined the gym because I was like, I need a change of scenery. I need something fresh. I need like, I need something to I need a new environment to work out in. Environment is very important. Like being able to go somewhere, and even though I don't have a lot of nice things to say about Amp in Dallas or in Richardson, um, I will say it's a lot of fit people at that gym. It's a lot of fit young people at the gym, and it's a lot of women in that. It is some baddies in that gym, and Amped. If you're in the Dallas area and you know you're trying to meet a baddie at the gym, that might be the one. It's that one and Absolute Recon. But I started going to the gym. I'm 235, and I'm just going to the gym pretty much about 5 times a week at the end of February. So boom, working out, working out, working out, working out. And one day I'm in the gym and a trainer approaches me and he's like, "Hey, you ever thought about, just, getting some training?" And I said, "You know what? I'm the crazy part about me. I do say no to a lot of like people when they walk up to me, but I will give somebody the opportunity to sell me, just because I don't know. A lot of times I just respect the hustle, so I usually try to give people a chance to sell me and see if it's something that makes sense for me." And trainer walks up to me and he just gives me a whole spiel, about training and what he can offer and things of that nature. And I didn't say yes, but I said, you know what, I'll sit down and talk with you, but on another day. So I think maybe like 2 weeks go by, and then I finally sit down with a trainer, and we go through everything and what we can provide. And they ask me a lot of questions like, you ever you ever had a six pack, and you ever been in shape? You ever been under 15% body fat? Da, da, da. And the funny thing is, my answer is yes to all of those. I've had a six pack before. I've been under 15% body fat. All that shit that the YouTube the goats on YouTube will tell you like, oh yeah, I'm all of that stuff. At some point in my life, I've been that. Now I ain't maintained it, obviously, because we're here having this conversation. But at that point, I actually agreed to get a trainer. And mind you, even though I haven't maintained my body weight like I should, I do know how to get in shape. I do know how to get in shape. And I technically could do it alone. But uh, my trainer's a D1 athlete, or was a D1 athlete, a lot of experience that I don't have. I might have played, really, I played a few months of football in high school, and I've trained by myself for a few years, and I know what I know. But as far as like someone pushing me, like, maybe not as hard as like a D1 athlete, but someone pushing me hard like a athlete would be pushed, I can't do that for myself. So I hire a trainer, and then from there I start doing training sessions, showing up to every training session, doing whatever is told to me at the training sessions. And I'm sorry if this is a long-winded story, but it is what it is. It's a live stream, so fuck it. So I'm doing whatever's told to me at the training sessions. Boom. Now that's the thing. And so now that I'm doing these training sessions, mind you, training ain't cheap. Like having a personal trainer is not a cheap thing. It's not like, I could understand why people would be like, man, it costs too much. I can't, that I would say that could be a valid excuse, because it's literally, you know, it's more expensive than your phone bill would be. It's more expensive than your internet bill would be. It's more expensive in some cases, it's more expensive than what you pay for the electricity at your house. It can get expensive. I want to say at this point, I've spent thousands trying to get this little body back in shape. And I feel like it's worth it because it's working. But I spent thousands trying to get this little motherfucker back in shape. So back to the story. Uh working out, 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 and training. And the first time I weigh in with the trainer, I'm 230 pounds. Boom, 230. And you know, I guess that's from 235 when I first started at the gym to when I started with Train 230, bam. So after a month of working with the trainer, I get a body scan, and now I'm 218. Boom. I'm 218, and this is like the middle of May. So really the end of March, so about the middle of May, boom. Another, what is that? 218 from 230, 12 pounds, boom. And then in the body scan, uh, I was probably like 30% body fat at that point. And then, what else? Like all of my vitals, I can't call off the top of my head, but all of my vitals was starting to trend in the right direction. The visceral fat, all that stuff. And I would actually, if you're somebody who's trying to do all this stuff too, I would recommend getting a body scan, because like you'll be working out and working out and working out and working out and like lifting weights and doing all this stuff, and you'll hop on a scale and you won't actually see the scale change, but you'll feel better, and like your clothes and stuff will start fitting better, but the scale won't be moving. and like you may need some sort of visual, or not visual. You may need some sort of actual confirmation that what you're doing in the gym is actually uh, meaning something. Like, it's somebody we work out with. You know, he hasn't really lost as much fat as he wants to, but he probably gained like 10 pounds of muscle, which is crazy for the amount of time that they was working out. So it's windy. But get a body scan, and now it's 218. And this is when I get to 218, because even though, like I said, I'm trending in the right direction, I at that moment I felt like I should have lost more. I was like, yo, I really should have lost more. So that's when I really started to lock in at the end of May. So at this point, no cheat meals. I completely flipped my diet on its head to the point where I am just eating, for the most part, steak, eggs, ground beef. Now I may throw in some sort of, meal I ain't supposed to have in there in between, but if it's 30 days in a month, 28 days, steak, eggs, ground beef, maybe some chicken, and fruits and vegetables. I did have really a lot of fruit. I had some vegetables too, but like really a lot of fruit. Um, and 3 training sessions a week, plus really like 2 or 3 extra days of me just doing stuff on my own. Uh, and mixing it up too. Like, I wasn't always inside of the gym. I would go to like calisthenics parks, do pull-ups for like an hour, you know, um, runs. I've had some boxing sessions, and mind you, I'm gonna get back in there this weekend. I just been out of town, but I'm gonna start boxing, getting some more of that training going. And from May to my next scan I did, August, which was I hopped on. At that point, I was 206. Boom. So that was like, I was like, all right, that was huge results, because not necessarily the number of pounds, but I got 5 pounds of muscle, and I was completely and far out of the 30% body fat range. And then, for whatever reason, all of my vitals has shot up, like all of the visceral fat, all that stuff. Pretty much from where I started, all of my stuff got cut in half. Like, or it's, I guess I can't really explain, but it's like twice as good as it was, I would say. My bio age, which they say, like, they look at your reading and they say, like, oh, based on what shape you're in, you're this age. Mind you, I'm 36. I was 35 earlier this year. When I started, my bio age was like 43. So that shit said I was 43. So I literally went from my bio age being 43 to my last scan, it being my bio age being 37. And mind you, I just had a birthday 3 weeks ago. So 43, 37. So that was the next big thing. And so I haven't gotten a scan since earlier this month, but my last weigh-in, because I got the scale at the crib, I'm 203. So we're about to reach the next milestone, which is being under 200 pounds. which I'm thinking in 3 weeks I'll be comfortably out of there. Boom. That's where we at. So how did we get here? Relentless fitness, you know what I'm saying? Just always showing up. That's one. Uh, and keeping it fresh, man. I think a lot of times people do get bored with the same gym routine. You do gotta. I think the best course of advice is to find stuff you like. Find stuff that you like, and if you can't afford a trainer, put yourself in a situation where you're not working out by yourself. If you can't afford a trainer, if you could take a class, a group workout, or if you can even just work out with like friends or something. But if you have a hard time not getting bored with like your workouts and all that stuff, I would say get with a friend, get with obviously if you got money for a trainer, do that. But if you don't, get with a good group of people and work out as a group. It definitely helps out a lot. You will go. I never, granted, I do work out hard by myself, but I always work out harder when I got people working out with me. And I mean, I really feel like that's anybody because even though, it's not a per se a competition, there's always like when you're working out with a group of people, there's always a kind of like an unspoken competition going on. People are kind of always peering over to see what the next person is doing, and you don't always want to look crazy. And that is enough to make you go just a little bit harder. You know, even with my trainer, we kind of work out as a group, and the other people I work out with are always, there's just these slight little like, oh, let's see who could get to the most push-ups. You know what I'm saying? And that right there literally makes you go just a little bit harder. Um, and like I said, also mix it up. Like if you like to ride the bike out in your neighborhood, ride the bike or join the bike club. I see them bike clubs all the time. Them old white dudes be getting it. Them bike clubs be litty. Um, like I also said, I don't always work out at the gym. I literally, um, like I said, sometimes I go to the calisthenics park, bro. Like it just is a different experience. It's a different environment. I can literally climb on top of stuff and do, workouts that simulate the stuff that we do in life, which is, pull and grab and push and all that type of stuff. So I would say mix it up. And so the next part about this, and this is the the elephant in the room, well, not even the elephant in the room. This is the thing that really everybody is gonna have trouble with. Not necessarily everybody, but this is the thing that really gets y'all fat in the first place. You know, it's the food, the food, and um, I am a very streaky kind of person when it comes to my diet, and that is something that I am working on. I will have long bouts of eating every meal and having it be the right meal. Um, and then I will have long streaks of, man, they about to give me a copyright for that, Lil Wayne. But I have long streaks of eating bullshit. Like, how did I get to 240 when I got all the way down to like 168? How did I get to 240? I literally went freaking, freaking about 3 year stretch of just eating whatever I wanted, whether that be chicken wings with French fries, dipping them in the ranch. Burger King. Burger King was like my freaking thing. They got because Burger King has this. Burger King. Burger King has like the pause. Burger King has the most meatiest burgers to me. They have like the most heavy burgers. Like I can get a burger from there, and it's like it feels like it's a lot of beef. So I always like eating at Burger King, and I will spam Burger King. Um, Certain stretches, I would literally go there and get a Bacon King every day. Uh, Other days, I would it'd be late at night. Whatever I'm doing, I'm finished working. It's time for me to rest my head, but like I still ain't get that mail in, so I'm like, man, I'm just up and ready to eat anything. So I'm freaking, I'm freaking hitting I'm freaking hitting the drive through. I'm hitting the drive through. I'm hitting the drive through. I said it about 3 times. I'm hitting the drive through, and I'm doing a large fry and a 20-piece nug with ranch at midnight. What else am I? Man, I'm doing Popeyes. Popeyes got them wings now, and I'm like, that was another one of my. That's another one of my guilty pleasures because I was them like chicken wings. Them wings from Popeyes, it's fire. They done replaced their whole menu with them damn chicken wings. I was spamming them chicken wings for a while, and they chicken wings is hard fried with the breadedness on them. So for a while, I was spamming those wings. Um, but the biggest part is the diet, and that's really the part I guess I'm looking to work on because you know I'm gonna reach this goal again, and I'm gonna be in the best shape of my life when I do it. But when I get there this time, in my mind, I gotta figure out like, yo, what am I gonna do differently than all the other times that I set myself up for this? And it's really gonna come down to me and my discipline. You know, it's really gonna test me in a way like, have I really actually conquered my, I guess I don't want to say my demon, conquered my conquered my food, whatever it's called, my food addictions. So exercise, but really this shit all comes down to food. Only thing that exercise is obviously doing is it's going to build your muscle, or it's going to break down your muscle so it can uh, build itself up when you rest. Um, but what actually makes you lean is literally what you're eating and how you're eating. So goals from here. Goals from here. I'm two. I haven't weighed myself in probably the past few days, but assuming you starting to see some shape in the arms, all that. Assuming I am what I weighed the other day, that would have been 203 pounds, and the next goal is 175. And the funny thing is, anytime I tell somebody that, they be like, "Yo, that's too small, bro. 175, that's too small." But how's that too small? I ain't tall. 175, and I guess now I'm about 28 pounds away from that. That's which is crazy to think about from where I started. Um, but how do we get there? More the same, obviously, you know, and I probably amp it up on the I probably amp it up on the boxing tip. because I'm spamming the protein. I'm spamming the hell out the protein, man. I'm got the drinks, all that, just going. So obviously, I feel like I've been talking about myself for 30 minutes, but I guess the purpose of this live was to obviously explain what I did to lose about 40 pounds in, I guess, what is that, roughly 8 months? 8 months, give or take. Which, to some people, I don't know if that you would consider that good or bad. I feel like that's great because it's really like the healthy weight loss recommendation, which is like probably like a pound and a half every week or a pound a week. I think I chat GBT'd it. Chat GBT told me I've lost 1.4 pounds every week on average over the past year. Um, Obviously, I think it's going to slow up just because I'm actually getting my weight down. So I feel like it's definitely going to slow up, but I'm going to spam it harder, more water, more, uh, more, more calisthenics, more boxing, all that. So we 30 minutes in. I want to switch gears for like a second. So my next question, not even a question. I had a conversation with a woman earlier tonight. She like in her 40s, you know. Ain't nobody I'm dating or nothing, but she a friend. And she had we hopped on camera or whatever. I hopped on camera and she was like, damn, like you really have lost weight. You've lost weight. Like, yeah, I'm almost 40 pounds down. And when I said that I'm 40 pounds down, her next thing she said was, stop losing weight, sir. I like a dad bod. And I'm like, what? Yeah. She's like, yeah, just, I know you want to lose weight, yeah, but you don't have to hit your goals because we want something a little soft. I'm like, damn. And so obviously, I feel like more of her reasoning for saying that was more so, I think that women feel like if they're dating somebody who's in shape, then it's gonna put pressure on them to be in shape. And they not all women be about the gym life. Um, but yeah, that's my question. Like, ladies, do y'all prefer a fit bod or a dad bod? Or do you prefer a muscle dad bod? You know what I'm saying? It's like that body where it's like he got a little roundness in his midsection, but it still looks like there's muscle under there. Obviously that's a cliche and old question, but I was just like, damn, like she's like she's like, stop working out, fam. Like you getting too in shape. You're looking too good, bruh. So, but yeah, how are y'all feeling tonight, man? Oh man, it is a beautiful night in Dallas. Obviously, this is our normal walk. It's 75 degrees. Yo, summer is over, fam, which is crazy. Summer is ending. Like usually when I do these walks, I be like sweating hard, but tonight I am not really sweating at all. All right, so I think I'm gonna repeat this, and I think I'm StreamYard. You can hear me talking. So this is the next thing I'm gonna say is something I want you to clip. All right, you hear me? All right, so clip this. So question: Do you ladies nowadays prefer a fit bod or dad bod? Or do you prefer something in the middle, which means a dad bod that has muscle under it? Because I'm on a weight loss journey and I keep getting different responses from women. So can y'all tell me what's going on? Shout out to anybody who popping up in the room. You know, if you want to drop a if you want to drop a comment, I'll bring it up on the screen. Or if you got something to say, I'll bring you on camera. Damn, yo. If you watching, you know what I'm saying, drop a comment. If you want to pop up on camera, let me know. Drop a comment and we could rap about some of this shit. I keep seeing people popping in. Whew. So I think the next stream I want to do, it'll probably be either tomorrow or Thursday. And like I said, I may start just recording videos and not streaming because I think the videos actually may do better. And then after we do a bunch of videos, then we'll start streaming again. But I think the next two videos I want to do are um and plus if I record them, I can script them a little bit more than obviously me freestyling. And I was listening to another YouTuber today, and he's preaching. He's like, I script everything, and you niggas freestyling. And nigga, I am freestyling. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to mix it up with some sort of scripting so I can really uh, get like more of a flow to my message. But I want to do 65% of the year is gone, and what the hell did you do with your year? Boom, that's one video. And then I want to do a video about embracing embarrassment because I just keep seeing that theme pop up everywhere. So 65% of the year is over. Boom. And then embracing embarrassment. All right, y'all. Nobody talking. So I'm probably going to end the live stream there. Drop a comment, like, subscribe to the channel. It's Keldon, aka Matt Got Cameras, aka uh aka I need to find more AKAs. Boom. We out.